Why did he not help you?
Because I want you to.
What did Papa tell you earlier?
Oh.
Okay, go have fun. And close the door, please. I love you. Okay. I'm just checking right now. We should be live. I am checking how the stream looks like. Really quick. What's going on here? Am I in a private? Seems like my cache is cleared in my browser. Ah, I see now. One sec. Let me log out here. I started learning Blender the last couple of days because I wanted to create my own asset and animations. And the reason why is because I do like to go for the easy approach of just getting free assets and animation when possible. But the asset that I downloaded, this guy, I was able to incorporate into my game easily, right? Just load this instead of my Momoko ball. But the problem is I also want him to be animated, and the asset came with animation, but I don't understand it. I don't understand how to integrate it. When trying and using AI to try, it didn't work out, and I'm not sure why. And because I don't understand it, I want to learn. And so then, because of this not working, of making this little guy animated, I bought a course from Game Dev TV to learn Blender from scratch. And then now if I know the tools in Blender, I want to then further learn how to animate stuff, and then from there understand how can I use export and use those assets, animation assets and character assets to incorporate it in Xcode. I'm sure there's way more resources for Unity and maybe even Godot and for sure Unreal Engine, but for Xcode, there's not much out there. And I'm using Xcode. And so that's why I'm trying to learn how to do that. Let me try to log into X really quick and see how the stream is there. For some reason, why don't I see my authenticator? What is it called? Is it Google? No, it's not Google Auth. I use something else for two-factor authentication. I don't remember or recall the name. Let me see really quick. I can't possibly have deleted it. That would make no sense. What was it? Oh, two-factor authentication. There we go. All right. You know, the app is called, whoops. I cannot even scroll. All right. Never mind. I'm logged in. And now I can check how the stream is on X. And then I'll check on Twitch really quick to make sure everything is as expected. Can you listen? Can you hear the music though? Oh yeah, I think you can. Okay, good. Let's do Twitch as well. Awesome, good. Back to X. X is gonna be where I'm going to monitor the stream is still up and working. Quality 320 should be enough. It's only 2 p.m. All right, and then let me do. Where's Streamlabs here for the chat? And I should be able to see, let me close it and open it again. Multi-stream chat, there we go. Okay, cool. And now, here's what I'm trying to do. Just practice. I'm just trying to practice. So I have learned a bunch of things and I don't know what I retained and I don't want to unlearn. And so what I'm going to do is, on my desktop, I have a sort asset. It's gonna be sort asset. I got this one I could practice on, or this one. This one looks more interesting. This might take even longer. That one, yeah, I can see the chat from YouTube, right? Hey. Welcome, thanks for swinging by. So I'm thinking whether I should give this one a try, this would be easier, or this one, this would be a little bit harder. Might use some knife here. This kind of inset is interesting. Is this just, that one is interesting. How is this one done? It's just 3D. Oh, another vertice. It has a vertex here, an edge here, and then 2 edges going. I don't know. Oh, I see. That is interesting. Okay, we could give the harder one a try. I'm just gonna put it in here. G2, you know, the course I watched from Grand, he would always say what he's doing, which I think is great. So he would say like, okay, G to grab. Let's go to, there was X-ray view, right? Right. And then I can just, let me place, I don't know, do I want to place this guy here or practice with an actual image? You know, given this one is not there, we can maybe use that as a reference. So let's just assume this didn't exist. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5 meters. That's pretty big. Let me resize. And let me actually, instead of resizing to the center, let me resize to my 3D cursor down here. And then make the sword, I mean, even 2 meters is too big. If I wanted to ever use this, what game engine? This is Blender. So right now we're creating a game asset. We are about to sculpt or model this sword. Or I should probably say attempt to, because that's the first time where I'm free modeling. So far I have followed a course how to model stuff and I've modeled some characters. And now I just want to see what I can do by myself without following any tutorials. And so this sword, or maybe let's do, I mean, 1 meter might be just right. I mean, what engine do you plan to use to make the game? My bad. Oh, sorry. No, you're fine. I am using Xcode right now. I have a game on the App Store you can download right now, which I'm trying to improve, that I've built with Xcode. It's called Momoko. And I'm trying to introduce a different character because right now it's on, I can show it, and I can show it really quick. Momoko IO Blade Battle Arena. So if you go to the App Store, you'll find this one, Blade Battle Arena. This is the game I've built with Xcode. And you can see it only has like a 3D kind of ball character very simplistic. I built this 6 years ago, and I didn't know any Blender, and I hardly know Blender today. I just started it, but I used just anything that could just give me characters that I could import. I created the sword, and that's it. And then I also created the onigiri, and I want to improve it. I want to have actually a character that can walk, animate, and I want different swords that you might be able to unlock. Maybe have different effects. And the game is very, very simple. It's just about kill as many enemies as possible who are infinitely respawning. Like there's always going to be 14 enemies on the field. If you kill one, another's going to respawn. And it's about to not die and hit a high score. And that's it. Very simple. Just to start. And then now I want to improve on it and say, you know, oh, when you eat onigiri, your sword gets longer. So you can kill an enemy from a distance before the enemy gets to you. Sounds pretty maybe promising that it's easy, but it's incredibly hard. My high score is like 25 or so. But yeah, I want to improve it so that you have maybe achievements, different swords, maybe even different characters at some point. I'm currently trying to make a game from pure C++ using OpenGL. Okay, damn, that's way more challenging. That sounds way more low level than what I do. Well, how comes you want to do it from pure C++ using OpenGL? I mean, it's super valid if it's fun. I mean, that's probably the reason why we do that. But I do wonder what made you decide to go for, like, do you want to create a game, or do you want to know how to do it from scratch using C++ and OpenGL? You know what I mean? Because my goal, for example, is I want to create games. I don't need to know how to create an engine to create games, which could be super fun. It is super intriguing, but my actual goal is games. So I don't want to have more. I try to eliminate as many steps as possible that are between me and the goal. So while still maintaining some fun, you know, I don't want to just use AI and say create a game and I'm done. But you know, so you are making a game. Do you have anything already? Like, how far are you? Let's make this 1 meter for now. G to grab. Let me just put this. Actually, G on that. Let's make it the same size as the sword. How about that? Like this. And then we can do edit mode, do a loop cut in the center, right? I do have an add-on, I think, that will just do all of it for me, or maybe I didn't add it. I didn't want to. We can delete these edges, delete our vertices. It should be the same. So now we got half a cube. The reason why I'm doing that, actually we can save it too. Where do we want to save it? Projects, Blender. Let's do a new folder called now 008 sort. Let's save it in here. And then I can, there's some add-ons I could use. Imperium, hello, after a long time. How's everything going on? Hey, welcome back. Everything is great. Everything is great. We're trying to learn Blender and also how to create animations and incorporate it into games. We want to develop more games for iOS. So the reason I didn't add an add-on or what else is there? It's either an add-on or plugin or something where you can just quickly have a mirrored object and cut in half and all that stuff is because I want to solidify my memory on how to do it manually. So I'm just mirroring my right side to left side. Clipping, mirroring is on so I can see it. If it's off, I don't. And then everything I do here will be happening on the left side too. So interestingly, I don't know why if I move, I don't see my reference image anymore. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. If I'm not in perspective mode, if I am front view and I add my reference image, I can see it and position it. But the moment I go into perspective mode, it disappears. And I don't know why. I don't really need it in perspective mode, but I'm just curious. It didn't happen before. And oh yeah, if I were to add the image during perspective mode, I would see it in perspective mode and front mode. I will just have to align it properly. So that's strange. Alster, I want to make a portfolio project. This will help me get more familiar with low memory applications. I also do some reverse engineering for fun too and crack me challenges. Honestly, what you're doing sounds really fun. There's so many things I'm interested in as well, but there's only so much time. So sounds very cool what you're doing. So you're making a portfolio project. Did you start your C++ project already? Should we start from, let's start from the top. So G2Grab, let's do it only on the, actually we can just do it. Oh yeah, another thing, I like low poly. So I'm totally fine with it not being high definition in a sense, very granular. So how would we do that now? Do I want to use the knife and just cut a vertex here? But look, oh, it's actually not symmetrical. Well, I guess in the end, I wonder, once we're done, can I cut it here? I cannot use the knife here. Maybe we'll just, yeah, so that's gonna be interesting. Are we gonna do a loop cut? This one is not even a loop cut, it's just a, it's just a vertex there. Because we don't need it like that. How do you add? I don't think I ever learned how to add vertices like that. I mean, otherwise I would just say I'm gonna cut here this way, right? And then do enter, and now I'm good. Now I can go to the front again. I can select this guy. What happened? Is there a second one? Oh no. What is this one? Oh, it's the back one. Okay. Yeah. That is interesting though. So that means it's not. So then I can just grab that one and say, okay, you're here. Did you enable images as planes? That will enable images into plane. Oh, how would I do that? Images as planes. Is it here somewhere? Images as planes. View, show active. If you don't mind telling me where it is. I have also done a lot of Blender modeling in my time, so I can help if you get stuck. Yeah. So yeah, what would you recommend? Hey, thanks, that's awesome. So what do you recommend to do here if I wanted to just have another vertex? Just introduce another vertex. I'm interested why this is loop cut, this is knife, this is poly build. Use multiple operators in an interactive way to add, delete, or move geometry. Spin, no. Smooth, that is an interesting one. Edge slide, yeah, we know that. GG. Shrink, flatten, shear, rip region. At this point, I'm just thinking, okay, I can do like just another cut like that and move it like this. That one, I don't know if we care for it to be straight, but it's a loop cut. It's different from that one. Extrusions. Just click E while the vert or selected of vert is selected. Oh, is it extrusion? So for example, if I go this guy and I say E, then what am I extruding here? If I say let's go this guy this way, what did I do here? See, I introduce a new face of sorts, right? But I wanted to just introduce maybe another vert on the already existing object so that I can move it, right? What if I do Alt? No, because I thought, is there maybe Alt K or some kind of, oh no, what did I do? Now it doesn't even show me. Ah, no, there we go. You say I have started my project, but my heavy use of AI is making my program hard to understand. So I'm just going to use AI more reasonably, asking simple questions rather than large tasks. Yeah, I feel the same way. I also want to dial back so you still learn stuff, right? You got a Discord server by chance? I'm in the... I do have it. One. I'm part of a bunch of Discord servers. I don't know how to, if you know, how to connect without being in a server. Actually, let me see here. How to introduce a new edge in Blender. Right? It's just an edge. Connect two vertices, cut an edge or face with a new edge. Yeah. But what if I, okay, so then let's do this. If I do X here, K here, and then we do K here, and then we do size based on Z0, no. Size Z0, no. Size, is it on Y0? Also no. It should be size ZZ0, also no. What I'm trying to do is make it so it's actually on the same height, right? Just like this guy, perspectively on the same height. This guy and this guy, they are, if I were to grab them on the Z, on their local, oh, they don't even have, oh, you know what? Yeah, that makes sense. Because Z is like that. But why would, okay, grab Z0. This would be the way, I suppose. You know what? Maybe it's good enough to do a loop cut. Slide the edge up here. Just like that. I'm gonna leave this in on that side. I'm just gonna do it like this. And about this guy, not sure if we are going to delete that later. But I suppose, you know, we can just do this. See, that's already not the same symmetrical shape, but that's okay. I think let's keep it simple and go with loop cuts, right? Imperium, how's it going for you? And Ulster, if you wanted to connect through Discord, let's see. I don't know where to find my name. Is it copied username? It's just Martin Lazek. But I thought there was like copy user ID. Damn, that's a long user ID. I thought it was like name and number that you can use to find someone. Oh, where did the loop cut go? We're selecting the wrong object. Loop cut. Oh, see, this is one thing. I might have introduced some more cuts down here accidentally by pressing R and going down. Is that possible at all? Like, you know, here and then clicking left. Now I introduced another cut. So if I were to grab one of these, I think there might be multiple vertices here. I learned that if I do A for selecting everything, M for merge, and then by distance, let's see how many vertices are deleted. Removed 4 vertices. Do you see that? 1, 2, 3, 4 deleted because there were another 4 overlapping, and by distance we merged them. They were literally at the same position. That's what I just learned to clean up stuff. I like that a lot. What is your Twitch account name? It isn't linked to your YouTube bio. Oh, it's not? Maybe I should fix that. It's the same name. My name is the same everywhere. Luckily, I'm able to grab my name anywhere and everywhere. It's gonna be Martin Lazek on Twitch, on X, on Instagram, no matter where you go. So you're right. I should fix that. Customize channel. Let's do Twitch channel. And then what do we have here? Maybe we can replace that with Twitch and publish. There we go. Thanks for that. Now we're good. Okay, back here. Another loop cut. Up here, G. Just a quick question. Can you see the Twitch chat? I might switch over. I should be able to see the Twitch chat. Feel free to switch over and then try. I have multi-chat enabled. Let's do another cut here. I do like Twitch for streaming experiences better too for some reason, even though I don't know what's different that much there. In terms of how I use streaming. I'm just watching and commenting and that's it. See, this is gonna be interesting. You see how the edge here is like sharper? And I think how we can achieve that is by, let's zoom out. We got the blade, right? One more loop cut, or actually 2 more loop cuts, and we are done with the blade. Yeah, can you see my message? I'm on Twitch now. I can see it, and I can also see that you are commenting from Twitch rather than YouTube. Let's do the image to be not selectable. So I cannot select it accidentally, right? If I want to select it, should be, oh, whoops, wrong one, not selectable. Okay. There we go, let's do here another one. Oh, wow, thanks for, what's happening? Are you following me? Thanks for the follow. Thanks for joining and following and chatting. I'm gonna stream more often game development, G2Grab, because I'm planning on. There's an awesome YouTuber who's sharing his journey how to develop an MMORPG, and it seems like he's doing his own assets to a degree, and he's definitely developing the stuff by himself, and I think he's using Unity. And I'd like to do the same thing. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to use. This last cut, yeah, what I'm going to use, but I will definitely also share my journey there. Okay, we got our knife here, or our blade, and now what I want to do is I want to select from this edge. Okay, let's go to perspective mode. I want to select this edge. Let's go to edge, all the way down to this edge. I think with command I can go along the edges. Select all the edges. Now go back to front view, do E for extrude and I for inset, and then now I can inset. You see, I can inset to, it's not going to be 100% accurate to how the image looks like, but now we were insetting inside, right? And now we can do G, and on the Y axis, just move it out a little bit, like just a bit, like that. Let's see how that looks like. Just a reminder, I have no idea what I'm doing. How does that look like? Well, this cut is interesting. How did that happen? How is this not aligned? This was a loop cut, right? If we see, if we do E for extrude, even if I do size, see, wait a sec, let's go back to median point. I don't know if that has an interest. You may have double verts. You might be right. Let me try. Let me go select everything and go to vertice mode. M, merge by distance, remove 10 vertices. God damn. You're right, where did they come from? Sometimes they aren't merged and appear in the same spot. Yeah, that's so strange. Merge by distance, yes, totally, thank you. Just did that. Let me try that again then. Let me select this edge until here. So if I do E and inset, oh, it's just insetting like anyway. Okay, but I would like to do inset E, inset, and then, I don't know, can I just do X axis? Yeah, X, I suppose. What if I just say size instead? And then size on the Y axis? No. Size on the anything? Also no. Size on X? No. Maybe it should be E and inset. But let me double check now if I created more vertices again. I didn't, luckily. Okay. Let's try that again. So E to extrude, I to inset, and let's just inset it. We can choose the direction into which it should inset. let me just lock it onto X. I would just like to do it on X. Just by a little bit like this. And then do G on Y and bring it out a little bit. Yeah, this looks better. I don't know what I did earlier, but that one looks better. Now, actually, let me undo it because one thing I forgot. I want the middle part to come out as well. I only selected the outer part. It's gonna be at an angle. Did you see that? Like, how to best show it? Oh, it's even just a face? This is not what I intended. This is not what I intended. Hey, if you have an idea why that is, I wanted to just You understand what I'm going for, right? Let's do merge by distance again. Removed 0 vertices. Okay, we didn't really... My goal was to have like an EIX, have like a sharp blade edge. Yeah, so I wanted to have a sharp blade edge. So that's why I wanted to introduce alongside it, something like that. But it seems like if I extrude, now I have these, and if I select, for example, all of these edges, plus, let's say this edge, plus that one, all the way up here, now this one, right? And then I say G on Y, come out. If I were to do that, that's not properly working as I expect it to work. This can help you. Okay, let me check out the playlist, because now I'm extruding, not extruding, but I'm moving the volume, the inner volume, and there's new faces here. With extrude, I didn't plan to introduce new faces. Oh, you know what it is? Okay. I think what we want to do maybe is, can we do another loop? Like I could do GG for G X. We cannot edge slide. We can, edge slide is not doing anything. GG, X slide. Yeah, that one is not doing anything. If I were to duplicate, no. Cake Hug, what's up? I'm gonna remember this link Alstor. I'm gonna put it into my browser and revisit it later. I won't be able to check it out. Blender 4.0 for beginners tutorial series. Oh wow, that looks good. Fast track. It's even multiple hours. That sounds promising. You know what I used? Let me show you. I just kind of finished my library here. I have one course. Is it showing me? Here, that one. Blender low poly characters model. 5 hours. Is it 5 hours how much I spent? I think the course is like 6 hours. I'm not trying to share this right now. Just trying to show how many hours it has. I don't know. Yeah, about 5-6 hours. I just kind of finished that one, but I'm appreciative of any other resources because there's so much to learn. and tricks. Okay, you know what? Then the other way to go about it is just with the knife tool. Just go from here to here, and it's gonna be a little bit inaccurate, but you know what? That's how blades are anyway. They're not gonna be perfectly. We're just gonna do that. Enter. And then let's not select that guy. Hey, I don't want you. Do I want to? Actually, I do want. Let me go to faces. I wanted all of this to come out. G, Y. Now this one comes out a little bit. And let me fix the, so you can actually see how this looks like. Let me fix the width here. Let me get all of that. Actually, let me get up until here and do G on the Y. How thick? I don't know. What is 10? No, what is 0.1? 0. You cannot make it smaller like that, right? Okay, anyway, then we can just do G on the Y. Make it as thin as that. So it looks more like a sword now, right? What type of game you're making? Oh, thanks for asking. So right now I do have a game already and I'm just trying to improve it. Long term, I want to just spam games. I have a bunch of ideas, and what I'm trying to do is, you know how you have multiple game ideas? And I like to implement every single idea one after another, but be consistent in style and characters. So like, you know, in Pokemon, first Pokemon came out, and you have these Pokemons. And then, sure, they introduced Pokemon, you know, Gold and Silver, and then Ruby and Sapphire, and it's basically the same game with the same Pokemon and new Pokemon. But at some point, they started building other games using Pokemon still. Most recently, what is it called? Pokopia, the cozy game, you know, where you play Ditto as a human and you have your quests with Pokemon or whatever. That's not Pokemon in the traditional sense of collecting. Pokemon Snap, right? Taking pictures of Pokemon and making your collections and whatnot. Pokemon Arena. Those are all not the traditional Pokemon games, but those are different game ideas implemented, and rather than introducing different characters that have never existed before, they reuse what you are already familiar with and actually can be excited about. Like, oh, I do like Animal Crossing, but it's Animal Crossing. And then, oh, Pokopia? This is basically Animal Crossing, but with my favorite Pokemons that I already know and grew up with. This is awesome. I want to play that, right? Like World of Warcraft. Warcraft 3 is a completely different game than World of Warcraft. But they've built upon that. You already know Warcraft and the strategy game and the characters and maybe the story. And then they said, let's build a completely different game, but use the same characters that you already know. And I like to do something similar. I like to build my game and introduce characters that I'm building myself. That's why I want to learn Blender, so I can build my own characters that are mine, that don't exist yet. So I don't just download assets and reuse them. And then the next game I'm building is a completely different game, different game mechanics, but same characters. And maybe this is gonna be the first game someone plays and this guy has never played the other game before. And then he's like, oh, let me check out this game, you know? Creating like an ecosystem. So I'm trying to, back to your question, what type of game I'm making. Right now I'm just trying to improve Momoko, the game that I have already. Shoot, I didn't actually leave it on. I showed it earlier. If I go to Momoko.io Blade Battle Arena, if you go here, this is the app, the game that I already have out. It's basically barely a game. It's just you on the field trying to kill some enemies. and the character is super generic. I want to replace this character and introduce some more mechanics to this game because it's already out. So it's not going to be that much more effort. It's less effort to improve that game rather than implementing a whole new game, right? So I want to bring this to a state where it's great, a closed game loop that somewhat is fun, maybe has a recognizable character that's unique to me, and then I want to start a new game. And then you reuse the character in a different manner and build a brand. Yeah, Hyperium, hey, feel free to download it and to let me know what you think. To be honest, you could actually even download it on the Mac App Store because it is an iOS game that I just left compatible for the Mac OS. You could download it here, and then don't play it like this, because it's not meant for portrait, but landscape. I wonder if you can make it bigger. Oh yeah, shoot, this is too big. But this is the game, and I just introduced like music. You can send feedback here. If you have feedback, let me know. You can vote on stuff. You can introduce new feedback. And this is a game that is currently, for free to download. And I implemented, there was no payment system, and I want to make some money from the game, right? Or from any games. And it's, I'm always trying to go the most low effort approach and then improve upon it. So I was thinking, how can I introduce some kind of form of payment in here without having to add many, many more features to make it reasonable to pay for it, right? So I just did, when you die, you can pay $1 to be revived to keep your score and keep increasing the score. So there has to be an incentive to buy, which is high score. And in order to make the high score more motivational, I introduced a leaderboard, which uses Game Center. So it's actually a global leaderboard. So Hyperium, if you are trying this right now, Cakehawk, big idea. Are you talking about the brand? If you go global, then you will see actually 15 players on this. I cannot even scroll here. That's so interesting. See, that's not on me. This is not on me. This is Game Center. If I do full screen, can I see more? I can make it bigger now. I'm position 7 out of 15. And if you want to be number 1, then you gotta keep playing or even revive and pay $1. And so that's just super. It's almost rude to ask $1 for it. But the next thing I wanted to do again is achievements and maybe some cooler stuff and make it online. All these enemies right now are AI, but I know how to build web servers and backend. And I want to make it a multiply. So you join the field and you have your name tag above you and you see other players. So it's actually even more fun that knowing it's another person somewhere in the world that you're playing against. So yeah. Yeah, about the brand, big idea, but interesting. Yeah, you're right. It's a big idea, but it's nothing you have to. I'm a fan of just starting super small. It's nothing you have to do from the beginning. It doesn't have to be big, right? If I introduce right now here a small little cute character and give it unique characteristics, so I can say this is my own, this is going to be my brand already. Just one single character. And I'm just going to use that guy for Momoko. And then the next game is going to be super simple as well. Maybe a little RPG in one little constrained area where you can just literally just walk around and there's trees around, you cannot escape it, and you just have to fulfill little quests in this little constrained area and reuse that character again. And that's another game. And then you build your brand, but you don't exhaust your capabilities by having too big at once to do. You know what I mean? Okay, I think this looks pretty cool already. So going back, this looks awesome, just making it flat and introducing this edge here. Look at all these faces. Let's go back here. We can do that. Another loop cut. Oh, see, that's gonna be interesting. I don't want a loop cut there. So, and for then that means we're keeping this one down below here. For some reason, it understands it as something that goes down there. Let's put this guy more down here. Sure. G to grab, move it up there. This line is interesting back there. Why does this one exist? What is it? It's not a loop cut. What happened here? How did we do that? That's almost a little bit what I wanted originally. Because I don't need the faces in the back, do I? Oh, see, I don't have the same... Actually, I do kind of need it on the back too. So it's not mirrored on the... Can we introduce another mirror? That's gonna be interesting. I never did this. Oh, we're not even on the... Here we go. Can we move it back? Can we actually do... Whoops. I would like to know if I can move this to the origin, you know what I mean? Because right... Oh, what am I doing? Uh-oh. I changed a bunch of stuff, didn't I? How did I do that? Tab. Oh, shift tab. Did I do that? There must be a command to set origin to 3D cursor. The origin is... Okay, we can keep the origin in the center. G on Y, move it here. If we look at X, should we try? I've never done it before, but I could try to give it... Why is the origin back there? Can I grab the origin? How do I grab the origin? With shift? No. Alt? No. Right click? Also no. Wait. No. Maybe edit mode? No, that makes no sense, huh? Cursor, move, rotate. Okay, let me try this. Let me add another modifier. Also, again, generate mirror and have that one be on the... Instead of along X, I want it to be along Y. Right? Is that gonna work? Is gonna be based on this guy? I want to move it. What are the requirements for developing iOS apps and publish to App Store? Can you tell in short? I would also like to learn and create games. Honestly, there's two different requirements. If you want to publish, that's different. It's a step you don't need in the first. Like if you want to develop games today, you can do today. Publishing is a different thing. If you want to start developing for iOS, all you need is two things. You need a MacBook, you need a Mac system of sorts, MacBook, Mac Studio, something with Mac OS, and you need Xcode. That's it. Xcode is free on the App Store, right? You can download it here. You get Xcode, you have Mac OS, that's it. You open this, and then you can start building your apps, and it will run a simulator on your Mac OS. So you don't even need an iPhone. Now, is it recommended to have an iPhone? Yes, because if you simulate an iPhone on your Mac, it's gonna eat up a lot of resources. It's going to be slow. You have another operating system running. If you have an iPhone, even better, because then you can develop your app and you can say, run my program or my app on my iPhone. It's going to be much more efficient. And you can do that today already, and you can try things out. If you want to publish it, you will have to go to You have to go to developer.apple.com, I think, and sign up for a developer account and go through the process. They will guide you. You can sign up, you pay $100 a year, and then you go through the process and so on. And then you can publish through Xcode. You can in Xcode say, hey, I have an account, configure it. And then you can publish from App Store, from Xcode to your basically developer dashboard where all your apps are, and once it's there you can publish it from there to the App Store. You asked for keeping it simple. I'm keeping it very simple. That's the way. But you can already start using Xcode today. Yeah, it's $100 a year. You need the latest macOS ish, KCOG ish. I'm on Sequoia. The latest is Tahoe. I like Sequoia better. I'm staying on this as long as I can. So if you are on Sequoia, you're fine. If you're on Tahoe, you're fine. I don't know about before Sequoia. You might be fine still. I don't know. So yeah, again, if you want to start developing, don't get the developer account right away. I don't think you need to. What I do recommend to do is getting Codex. Get Codex from ChatGPT, OpenAI, and let it help you. I went on a call with my mom and I set up Xcode for her and I set up Codex for her and I just let her be. And she started coding. By not coding, but by talking to Codex, and have Codex write the code for her in Xcode. She has Xcode open and sees the code being written. She doesn't understand the code. You might do, because we are developers and we can tweak stuff, but she doesn't need to. She can just see the code being generated, hit build, and it builds on her iPhone, and then she can immediately see, oh, I don't like the button the way it's shaped. Then we tell Codex, please make this button more round and red and beautiful, whatever, and it does that. Then she hits build again, and it's building the app. And she can literally publish apps right now too. And this is my mom. And so even if you don't want to use Codex to completely write your code, I can still recommend you using Codex. You know why? Sometimes you're going to have error messages in Xcode, or sometimes you want to configure something. Like if you want to publish the app, you need to configure some stuff, and Codex can just do that for you. And Codex can just guide you through it, because it's AI that has access to your system. It has access to your files in your project. So you can say, hey, I want to publish my app. What do I need? Can you help me configure my project? And it's going to say, yeah, you need a team set up. You need an account that needs to be signed in. You need to go and create a certificate. And then you can just say, I have no idea what you're talking about. Can you just tell me, where do I get this certificate? Can you just set this team stuff up for me? And it's gonna say, yeah, I can do that. What's your Apple ID? Okay, here's my Apple ID. Okay, for a certificate, I need the certificate as well. Please go onto this link and then navigate to this place, create a certificate there, download it, and give it to me. And then you feed it to Codex, and it's just gonna say, okay, good, great. Let me set everything up for you. It's great. It's great. I can highly recommend. Even for experienced developers, it's just, even if you know what you're doing, it's just so much easier to just have Codex do it, So I think this point here is the mirror point, which works on the which works if we look this way, right? From on the z-axis from right to left, mirrors properly there. But I don't want to mirror, you know what I mean? If you go to edit mode, vertice, I'm not mirroring my front vertices to the back right now because it's mirroring over this point. If I were to move this guy over here, there we go. There we are. Actually, it's already mirrored back there over this point. How do I move this stuff again? I forgot. Yeah, but eventually Apple decided that the OS running on device is old and forces you to update OS or buy a new device if yours is too old to update. Happened to me. You're right that some apps at some point are not gonna run anymore. Happened to me with an iPad. I think iPads are most prone to it because you update your phone more frequent than your iPad, and you're totally right, KCOG. I ran into an issue where I bought an old iPad for someone, and I thought, hey, this is gonna be great, right? iPad is great, doesn't have to be super fast. It's just a big display. It was too old to have the latest OS installed, and so it was so far behind, maybe 3-4 versions, probably more actually, that if you go in the App Store, YouTube would not download. It would say your iOS is too old. You cannot download YouTube. And I'm like, God damn it, it's just YouTube. You know, why can I not just install it on this old iOS? Why can you not give me the old version that does work? You know, is compatible. So you're right. At some point, you gotta have to update your OS, or if your OS doesn't, device doesn't support the latest OS, you have to update your device. I think, but for now, we're good with Sequoia, or depending on what Ethereum has. Okay, let me check with ChatGPT in Blender how to move the orange dot thingy. I don't even know how it's called. What is it called? Select the object, right click, set origin, geometry to origin. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, as easy as that. And then the 3D cursor, but actually I would like the origin to go to geometry. I would like to be, you know, here where we have the X and Y axis meet. This is better. And now we are actually mirroring our sword. And because our sword, let me actually delete, not show the mirror. Wait, this one is the, oh, wait a sec. We did a little oopsie. Can I move, set the origin to 3D cursor? Yeah, that works. Yeah, to 3D cursor, so it's in the center, right? And then now we are mirroring to the back as well, but we don't need the back part like the way it is right now, so flat. Let me do a solid. Is it called solid? Viewport solid, yeah. It's actually disable X-ray. Do a loop cut, and I would like to do a loop cut here, Z. You know why? Double click. I would like to now delete the ones in the back. Let me do X. We should be able to just select all of these. Wait, we have to be in X-ray mode. All these vertices here. X, delete vertices like that. See how that looks like now? It's hollow, right? That's the front part. And now if we enable that one again, boop. Now we have the back part. And the nice thing is that whatever edge we created here, it does exist in the back as well. I need to enable clipping because I want these in the middle. I want it watertight. That's what you call it, right? This doesn't look watertight because this guy here, my object is not completely here. My object is not completely there. So if I move it back, whoops. Why am I selecting both? That makes no sense. Oh, I can move it with the origin. That's not my intention. What if I say A, G, Y to move it on the Y, right? Let me enable mirroring and look at it as well. G on the Y. See, I moved it. And because I had clipping on, now I cannot separate anymore. That was my goal. Now I can make it a little bit flatter like that. And in fact, let me see how flat it is. How does the blade look like? Where's my light? I think the back is a little bit dark there. I want to see it as well. The thickness looks alright, no? I think it looks alright. It's just a little bit dark to see for some reason. How about this? Yeah, this looks better. Okay, here we go. We can even go to shading. Have a look at this in this environment here. This is how the blade looks like right now. Apple provided good tools. I miss Xcode. It's a powerful program. I like it too. I like Xcode as well. I do struggle a little bit with when it comes to 3D stuff. I feel like it's not as straightforward. But other than that, I really like it as well. Just select all the middle line words and turn on snapping, then move the words to the middle. Yeah, you're right. I could have done that too, right? There's snapping somewhere. Where was snapping? I forgot where it was. But it worked with the clipping, right? What we could do is, which is fun, from here, we're here now. We are basically doing something else right now. I could continue model the bottom part here. It doesn't look as nice yet. But what we can do for fun is just giving the blade a little bit of a look already. If I go to faces and then select one face after another with shift, I can either hold shift or I select the first one and then the last one with command. It's gonna select all the shortest path. And then I'm gonna introduce a new slot, a new material, call it blade, and give it a color. Let's give it maybe a little bit like what would it be? You know, you don't see anything changing right now. Let's do this because we have to assign that to the face. Now we see it. It's a little light. I can make it darker now just so we can see it. We can make it maybe like a darker blade for now, just so we can see the blade. And then we can do something similar to the faces on the edge all the way here. And then let's create another slot and another material and call it maybe blade edge. And then here, perhaps we use the same color, however, make it a little bit lighter because, you know, assign it, deselect, and now we see the shape. And now it looks somewhat like a blade already. And when we go back to layout, it stays, I mean, we can look at it with our materials here, or back to solid, or back to mesh. I actually like solid a lot, including X-ray. But we can also stay here, and then we can actually see our blade a little bit already. I think that looks pretty cool. I'm working on terrain for my game in Blender right now. I just finished the mesh I wanted. Now I just need to export it and get the mesh rendering in OpenGL. Man, that sounds cool. Do you mind sharing a picture? I wouldn't mind if you upload a screenshot of sorts somewhere and we can have a look at it together, so everyone can see what you've been working on, because terrain sounds like a ton of work. I would have fun to just next sculpt a mushroom. You know what I mean? You know, the cool thing now here is that we have a blade. With the knife tool, we can do whatever we want, and that's so cool. Obviously, it will be mirrored. Whoops, that was not my intention. What did I do? 3D cursor back down here. Is it back in the center? I'm not sure. Can we set the... I wonder if there's a way to put this 3D cursor just back onto the origin. Sorry, I was about to say that we can use the knife tool to just do, I don't know, like What do we want to do? We're gonna just do an M like this. Bam, 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 bam. Like that, right? Enter. And then we can do faces. That's a face. I don't know why I don't see. I see. I have to do the. And then I can do E to extrude, and then I can do on the Y-axis and have it go in a little bit. Now sure, it's gonna mirror across there. And then I can go back to shading, and I can say this M should be assigned, and then back to layout. And now I got a blade that has an M in there, and it's engraved or engraved, because you can see that, you know, it's in there like this in 3D. I guess the point was just that it almost looks like a face. This gives me an idea. It could be a sword with some kind of personality. Hey, Reed Markdown is dead? Konstantin, now you're doing game development? Oh, Reed Markdown is not dead. He's not dead. I'm using Reed Markdown still. But hey, Konstantin, good to see you. Yeah, I do focus on getting updating Momoko. This game is already online. I don't know, you might have seen it on Twitter. And I want to introduce a better character and some better features for this game, you know, because it's so rudimentary. It's such a waste to not just improve it so it's more fun, and then, you know, go from there. Interesting. What is this middle part? I don't even... There's faces there. I didn't even realize. Okay. Okay, anyway, we can return undo the M. There we go. And down here we can go back to front view, see our what are you building here, Martin? Oh, we're just modeling a sword for now to keep practicing our Blender skills. And then we are going to introduce these things also into our games for sure. Let me see here. Why don't I see a loop cut now? Can you explain that to me? I see this guy. Is it because of... Why would I not see Command R? This is an interesting situation there too. This sounds interesting. Not sure if they can be used in Vision OS as well. You mean the 3D objects? I don't plan on going onto Vision OS anytime soon. But for iOS and macOS, yeah. Surely. What did we do last? See, we colored it. Okay. So there's gonna be games for macOS and iOS. iOS first, a bunch of them, and then slowly moving forward, and then building an MMORPG for macOS. So I can show you the guide that I'm following. It's called Elegon. Game dev, I think. You can just... This guy. He is, I think he's in England, and he says, I'm working on Elegon, a new MMORPG inspired by World of Warcraft Classic. So he loved World of Warcraft so much that, you know, he wants to develop his own game, and he has a bunch of patron supporters already. and he's been releasing videos consistently about new achievements he's done in his app or his game, and it's great to follow. It's very inspirational. He just cracked 3,000 subscribers like a week ago or so. I think if he continues, he's gonna grow bigger and big enough to have some kind of starter audience for his game. But I want to build something similar, very similar, but not basically the same thing, but not inspired by World of Warcraft, because I have played World of Warcraft right around when Burning Crusade came out and when Lich King came out, very early. I think Burning Crusade was the third extension, if not the second. I don't remember, it was 20 years ago. I played it, but I fell in love with a different game, which is called Fliff. I don't know if anybody of you know Fliff, but Fliff around 2007 was one of the anime MMORPGs, if not the only one, that allowed you to fly. And it made it its main purpose there. And there was a lot of MMORPGs around that time, and you just had to come out with an MMORPG and people would just try to play it, even if there was no real story. World of Warcraft has a great story. Fliff doesn't really have a story, but it was just so fun. And I just love this game. You can still play it today. They actually built it from scratch again for you to play without even downloading the game. You can download it, you can play it from the browser. I can honestly even show it to you. Where's my account? I guess I have to log in for that. Where do you log in? English, yes. Fliff.com. What about Universe? Whoops. Yo, universefliff.com. Yeah, here you go. This is, yeah, I'll play now. Okay, maybe from here. America. Do I have? Why don't I have my character? Is it on a different server? Am I on German? Oh yeah, who would have thought? I'm on a German server. Why do I have glasses? Oh yeah, that was like you can just, you're playing from a browser, a full-on MMORPG. And I want to build an MMORPG inspired by this game. Okay. And there you go. Just running around, doing some quests. Same thing. I think it's so nice, and the characters, are super simple. They're all basically the same character, whether you're male or female. There's like, you can become a magician and mercenary and other stuff, but you don't look different like in World of Warcraft, where you have elves and hordes and alliances and like humans, But, and this is also tap target, which is, I think, like old school, but I like it better. This is what I grew up with. And so this is my inspiration. This is my game development inspiration. All right, let's see if we can do loop cuts now. We cannot do loop cuts anymore, and I don't know why. Cuts. Look, do you see on top here? We can do loop cuts up here. Interesting, but not up down there. How's that? Or why is that? Why is Garmora? Does anybody have an idea, or am I just not seeing it? You know what I mean? Like, am I not seeing it? What's happening? Am I doing something wrong? What about if I disable this mirror? I don't know why I have an additional face here, because I don't need that face there. You know what? I could merge these vertices that are so close with one another. If I do everything, actually, let me merge by distance first. 10 vertices removed. Okay. Let's go vertices mode. Does not select everything. Yeah, I don't see anything. And now what I'm trying next is I'm going to select everything, merge by distance, but down here, increase the distance and see that these are merged. So let's do, oh, whoops, not too much. Let's do just 5.2, no, 3, no, 4. How about we try this guy? No, this guy? No, this guy? Oh, you have to, do you have to say enter? You know what? We're doing it differently. No merge. We are going to merge, but I'm gonna do it like we're merging. Oh, we kind of need them down here. We need the faces. Okay, never mind then. We're keeping it. For here, we want to make it thicker. What happened? We're circling around. We're circling around the bottom part there. Let me try to see if I can do set the origin to the center of mass surface. No, the 3D cursor. How do you move this 3D cursor again? I don't remember. How do you move the 3D cursor again? Space bar. Okay, now we can do it. Just anywhere. So wherever I put it is where we are circling it around. So how about setting the .3D cursor about here? It's better to use the snap options for, yeah, how do I do that? Is this one a snap option? It will snap the 3D cursor to the middle of the object. I would love that. How can I do that? Do you know how I can move the 3D cursor to the center of the object? I mean, this one kind of works now, but I'd love to learn. Oh yeah, no worries. Thank you though for the snapping. I mean, this one works already better. What is this one again? Proportionally adding objects. Okay, but I would like to understand why down here it doesn't work. We can move that stuff around. We can introduce edge loops up here. Edge cuts, but not down here. If I were to use the knife, sure, we can use the knife. That's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. It's not all around. We're missing that edge there. You got it? Okay, how do we do that? AI answer. Okay, yeah, that's great. Actually, I could have asked myself too, right? Instruction, enter edit mode. Yep. Select, okay. Snap the cursor, press Shift S to open, Shift S. Oh, this was select. Okay, yeah, cursor to grid, cursor to world origin, cursor to, and then cursor to selected. Okay, kind of works there. Select to active, cursor to grid. What is world origin is down there? Okay. What about? Oh no. Apply the mirror and do it again. Oh, you think so? If I select everything, to selected, selection to active. I mean, this is good enough. I don't know why it would not move over. Oh, look at this. Edge cuts work again. Or edge loops. What did we do? Or just select the middle words using hold select. You know what? You're right. Let me just do that. From up there all the way here. That makes sense. Shift S, cursor to selected. You are a scholar and gentleman. Is that what you say? Thank you. This is totally what we wanted. And then now, for some reason, we can keep working. Now the edge cuts or loop cuts work again. X-ray mode. That one was okay, but that one was not a cut. So we can delete. Let's delete that edge. Hey, what is your problem? Let's delete that one then. Delete vertices. Oh. How is it not liking that? Isn't that so interesting? What if I do Z, undo until I don't have that one anymore? I created that myself, exactly. So then if I go now, well, I know we did a bunch of things. There we go, removed, right? Ah, see, and now it doesn't work anymore. I have a strange feeling that the reason why this is working up here and not down here is because something is wrong with the part down here. Almost as if it doesn't exist. You know what? Let's just make it not exist then. If you behave like that, let's make you like that. You know, we're just gonna do this. And then we're going to do E to extrude. Wait, can we select everything? G, Z. And then enable that mirror again, right? Can we not just do E to extrude, G on the Z axis? 12 vertices removed. 12 vertices. It's hollow as it should be. How can we not select these without this guy? Not you. Do E to extrude? Yeah, we can. Oh, you know what? No G. Just E on a Z and then down. Yeah, how about we just do that? Okay. We just do that. E to extrude on Z and then just bring it down all the way. We can do actually Z and X. This is X. Okay, sure. Let's do it like that. And then I would like to close that one off. How would you do that? How can you close off? Because I believe now we can do edge cuts again. See? It's called loop cuts, not edge cuts. Loop cuts. Oh, interestingly enough though, right, we got this edge now that we don't care about. Do we care about it? It's kind of nice. It's gonna help us have the roundness. And then we have another one on the side, that one. Let me edge slide that one. This one doesn't need to be this far. Let me make sure there's no by distance. 20 vertices. I don't know what we're doing, but I'm glad I can clean up. Actually, it's this one, right? GG and slide it up a little bit. Just so we have more surface to work with. Now I can see that edge better, right? This is the side edge. And I really don't really need this one. X to delete the edge. Oh, but it's needed because of what? Why do we need this guy? That one is also an edge. Oh whoa, what happened here? There's no face. Okay, don't ask me why is there no face. I guess we can do E to extrude, right? And just do it on the X all the way until we meet. And then I just answered myself the question how we can close that one, huh? Somewhat. Edge. Now you select everything, merge by distance, just in case we created two vertices again. Add to extrude on the Y, go across, nice. And then, yeah. What is it?
I thought you called my name.
No.
But why did I hear?
I don't know. Are you having fun?
Yeah, but honey, like there's some monsters attacking me, and there's a big monster, but one hand and the devil.
Okay, did you try?
Yeah.
Do you want to see the sword I've been creating?
Sure.
Let me do the. What happened here? I thought we did the extrude on the X until we meet. Oh, did we merge and then it just deleted it? Look, this is the sword I created right now. You see the blade?
Yeah.
And I colored it a little bit. If I go here, you can see it's a little bit blue. And if I go here, you see it even a little bit more. That's it.
So can you help me defeat this monster?
I can help you. Okay, guys, I'm gonna end the stream here because we also want to build your bunk bed afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Be careful on it, the monster, because you're one hit, you're down.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know one hit, you're down, because when I had less hearts, one hit, and then I was actually down.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be careful.
Oh yeah, got to.
All right, guys, thanks for hanging out. I will have to figure out what's going on down here. I don't know. I'm lacking the skill of finding out right now.
Hi.
Yeah, here the camera is right here.
Hi.
And you got some Z fighting going on. Some Z fighting. Oh yeah, I saw that, right? The flickering. I don't know what I'm doing to create that. I also don't know why if I extrude from here into the middle, right? And then I want to merge vertices, then it is merging them and kind of deleting that face here, right? Instead of keeping it, which kind of means, oh, I cannot merge in the future anymore because it will delete that face. I don't know. What if I have to do this extrusion then? On Z, all the way down? And then, actually, what was the clipping? Was it this one? Snap during transform? No, it was here, right?
Here, right?
Then,
Then
where can you do the?
can you do the
Yeah, the computer doesn't know which one goes in the front because they have the same Z depth value. I was thinking, what if I?
The computer doesn't know in the front. The computer definitely.
Yes. Merge by distance, 4 vertices again. So here the edge, if I do, that doesn't work.
What doesn't work?
Merge by distance. Look how much I'm deleting 2 vertices. So I'm selecting this edge here, do E4 extrusion, right? And then do on the Z axis and go down. Nothing's happening. I cannot go down. Oh, you know what? What if I want to? I can merge by distance the edges. What if I want to merge by distance the vertices, 0 vertices? I don't know if that's the same thing. Merge by distance faces. So now let me go on edge, E on Z, go down. Yeah, not working. Just 1 minute long. Sorry about the ad. This is interesting. I see, look at this. As if there was a back face. As if this face doesn't belong back there. Is that the issue? There is a face? I see. Oh, the norms are backwards. No? Look at this. Face orientation. Where do I see where was it? Here. Yeah, it's backwards. That's the issue. I inverted them. How do I... There was a command to basically, inset faces. No. Poke. How do you have the face? Rotate colors, rotate UVs, flip mask, no.
Ooh.
My face is inside out. I need to fix that. What if I just rotate it? Rotate the face. Does that work? Rotate on Z. 90. I mean, I guess you could do that. I don't know if that's the That's probably not. I think it's just the normals are pointing the wrong directions. Yeah, flip the normals. You're right. How do I do that? How do I flip the normals? Do I have to ask ChatGPT for that? How to flip normals in Blender for a single face. I'm glad we found out what's going on there. In edit mode, just that face, then use mesh normals flip. Mesh?
Papa,
Yeah.
I love you.
And then I love you too. So press 3 for face select, yes. Click the face, open the normals with Alt N. I see. So Option N, flip. That's what I did. Probably accidentally. And then down here too. What did we do here? That's so interesting.
I didn't think you do anything down here. Maybe it was
Oh.
like that.
Yeah. Flip. I think we just extruded the wrong. Let's not play with this one, okay? Did you put something in here?
No.
Okay, let's not play with that, okay? It's not for you to play. Control Shift N works to control.
You must have thought
Shift.
that I accidentally put this in there.
Oh, that's what we probably did. Yeah, what is it?
Maybe you did. Did I put this rubber band in there? This rubber band?
Yeah, no, don't put it in there.
Yeah, because I did.
You did?
No.
Okay. How do you usually close off stuff like that? Cool.
Cool.
Worked. Now I need to close some gaps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A gap with 5 vertices. Not sure how to close it with a face. There must be, yes. If the full hole is bordered by 5 vertices, you can usually close it directly. Go to edit mode, select 5 for border, vertices. 5? What do you mean 5? Oh, select the 5, press F. Oh, really? Wait, vertices? It's actually 4, but okay, never mind then. Let's just select these. Let's not do X-ray. And then F. Whoa, we learned something new.
To make it black.
Yeah, why is it black though?
This to make it a little cooler if you like it. If you like the other color.
Let's go to shading and give it a color so we can actually... Oh, it's not black. It's the same color as this guy. It's just dark down there, I suppose. We can assign
Light.
it's the same as the blade for now. Whoops, blade edge? No, blade. Yeah. Actually, we can introduce a new and call it handle. Handle.
Handle.
Give it a brown color.
Give it a brown color.
What do you think, Landon?
I think. Wait, can maybe
Thanks,
maybe the top to be red.
All story, you helped a lot. Thank you. What is what?
Maybe the top can be red.
Oh, you want the blade to be red?
Yeah, the top.
Like fire?
A blade that's on fire.
Let me try. So we can give it a reddish color if you want.
Yeah, reddish color.
More like this.
Yeah.
Okay, that looks pretty cool. Let's do all these faces.
If you want, I can give you a daylight with a rainbow or a pattern of red, green, red, green, red, green. Like
What kind
that.
of color should the handle be?
The handle, I think blue.
Handle should be blue?
Yeah.
Okay.
With with some purple, with some green lightning on it.
Look, this is a red blade with a blue handle for now.
Yeah, that's how I want it to be.
Okay, I think that's a good. We fixed it. I'm glad we fixed it. Now I can feel good about going offline. And it was a good practice session. I actually spent an hour longer, almost an hour longer than I wanted to, but it was a great practice session and we learned a bunch too. So option N would be for flipping the faces or the normals. Let me write this down. This is good. Where do we do that? Here. Option. If you want to follow me, you can, if you want to catch me again streaming, make sure to just subscribe or follow anywhere you like, YouTube or Twitch. This will be the chance. And if you want, we can check out together what other streams are up right now that do similar stuff. And we can maybe rate this person. I know him, he's developing a game in Unreal Engine. Kind of similar to League of Legends. Where's his Art Oculus? Maybe we can stop by and say hi. Let's do that. And thanks for hanging out with me and thanks for chatting. I appreciate it. It was fun. It was chill. I think I have to go to my channel for that. I'm not sure how to do it from outside. This raid has been created. Okay. This would be our first asset. Alright guys, catch you next time. Bye.